certainly do. How about a drink to settle those nerves, eh? What would it be?
Oh, later, yes, later.
Well, I'm having one now.
Oh, in that case, maybe just a mineral water then.
Mineral water?
If it's no trouble.
No, it's no trouble at all. I just thought,
Yes.
well, I just thought you might like something a little stronger, that's all.
Just want to keep my clear head if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. Oh. There we are. Cheers.
Yes, thanks.
Teetotal then, are you?
Teetotal?
And too embarrassed to say?
No, I'm not teetotal.
Good, glad to hear it.
Although I'm not a heavy drinker.
Oh, moderation, eh?
Moderation, yes.
Good, glad to hear it. Manners.
Sorry?
Where are my manners? Sit down, why don't you? Take the weight off your seat, make yourself at home.
Thank you.
After all, home is where the heart is. And you didn't leave yours in San Francisco, eh?
Sorry?
Heart.
I lost me.
Tony Bennett, the singer.
Yes.
I left my heart in San Francisco, the song. Well, the two are synonymous.
I suppose so. More of an opera buff myself.
Oh, Madame Butterfly, all that stuff and nonsense.
Wagner, mostly.
Wagner?
Mostly
Oh,
Wagner.
now you're talking. Yes, indeed. Now you are talking.
Are you into Wagner then?
No, what on earth gave you that idea? No, Mantovani's more my cup of tea. Mantovani and Shirley Bassey. Now, if you were to put Shirley Bassey in a Wagnerian opera, conducted by Mantovani, well, then we'd be on the same wavelength. But that's not likely to happen, is it? More's the pity.
I suppose not.
Did you realise that his father was a principal violinist under Arturo Toscanini at La Scala?
Mantovani?
Well, I'm not talking about Wagner, am I?
No.
Nibbles?
Later.
Peanut, perhaps?
Later.
Oh. Did you realise that eating peanuts may reduce the risk of sudden cardiac death?
I didn't know.
And that in certain cases of pregnancy, a woman must avoid eating peanuts at all costs.
Interesting.
Isn't it just? Ever got a woman pregnant?
Can't say that I have.
Oh, can't say, or is it that you won't say?
I have not got a woman.
I believe you. It's just that I'm not so sure you believe yourself.
Why would I want to lie?
It's not uncommon for people to go into a state of complete denial after a night of misplaced drunken passion.
But I've told you I'm not a heavy drinker.
Oh yes, you like to do all things in
Moderation, yes.
So you're not a pisshead like the rest of your generation then?
Don't you mean our generation?
Do I?
I think so.
I really could do the nibble. You sure I can't interest you in that peanut now?
Maybe later.
Perhaps it's later than you think.
Well, in that case, I wouldn't be here, would I?
Do go and sit down. There's a good man. You're putting me on edge. Whenever a man stands behind you with his hands deep in his trouser pockets for any particular length of time, it usually suggests to me he's up to no good, if you get my drift. Why don't you turn on another lamp? Anyone you choose. That's more like it. Strange, isn't it, how a woman a pregnant woman can eat a Brazil nut without any ill effects whatsoever, and yet a peanut's an entirely different kettle of fish.
Food for thought, eh?
Indeed, food for thought. Oh, and I tell you this, always avoid eating peanuts displayed in little bowls and bars in cocktail places and such. Do you know why? They're never any Tom, Dick or Harriet to help themselves to. And you know why?
Why?
Shit. Peanuts displayed in little bowls and bars in cocktail lounges and such places are likely to be covered in tiny pieces of human excrement, and all because of the lazy sods who can't be bothered to wash their hands after taking a dump. I always and without fail wash my hands, well, don't you?
Oh, always.
Well, I'm jolly glad to hear it. Now, if everyone were to take hygiene as seriously as you and I, then peanuts displayed in little bowls and bars in cocktail lounges and such places would be shit-free, thus eliminating the risk of vomiting and diarrhea.
And the undignified spectacle of some poor bloke with his head down the bog retching for all his worth, eh?
And what is he worth, this man? Or perhaps it's a woman. What is he you worth in monetary terms? Pounds, shillings, and pence.
Pounds, shillings, and pence.
Oh, I yearn for the good old days pre-decimalisation. I don't know about you, but I think there's a bite of nostalgia in the air. Can I interest you in that peanut now? Straight from the packet, factory fresh, and untouched by human hands.
Well, I'm sure you're right, but I would sooner pass on the peanut just now. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Of course you would. Of course you would. Because judging from the state of your left lapel, you have already eaten.
Oh, yes.
Why on earth didn't I spot this obvious sooner?
Spot being the operative word, eh?
Yes, indeed. Bacon?
Greasy bacon baguette, actually.
Oh. To make matters worse, I see there's a coffee stain on your crisp white cotton shirt.
Oh, I hadn't seen that. Oh.
Well, at least it's coffee and not blood. That's one consolation, I suppose. Shaky hand, was it? Touch of RSI?
RSI?
Repetitive strain injury. Brought on by too much time at the old office computer.
Well, I suppose I do overdo things a bit, yes.
You should take more care. Now, good posture and ergonomic working conditions can prevent progress of the disorder.
I'll bear that in mind.
Do. Else it could get you into trouble if you should stumble across a scene of a murder.
Sure, I understand what you're getting.
Oh, what I'm getting at is this. You bend down to retrieve the bloodied weapon, a knife perhaps or a hammer, and is followed by an involuntary shake of the hand, and suddenly Bob's your uncle.
Bob's my uncle?
Oh yes, a spot of blood rather than coffee lands on your crisp white cotton shirt, and suddenly you are in the frame. 20 years for a murder you could not commit, and all because of a shaky hand. Now where's the justice in that, eh?
There is no justice.
Exactly. Do you know they still have the death penalty in the States?
I didn't, no.
Have you ever seen a man executed?
Can't say that I have.
As I have, you see. I've seen a man executed with my own eyes.
Is that a fact?
That is indeed a fact. I took a trip to the States years ago and ended up in Texas, of all places.
My wife and I once just the idea of going to the States.
You have a wife? Well, that is interesting.
Never got any further in Scunthorpe, actually.
Indeed. Anyway, Bill something or other was his name.
Whose name?
The poor sod being sent to the electric chair. He'd been jailed in the 60s for the murder of a pregnant nun.
Oh, swinging 60s, eh?
A nun who, by all accounts, had lesbian tendencies.
Swinging 60s, how they swung.
Anyway, the year was 1975, and Bill had already been on death row for nigh on 10 years, and now his day of reckoning had arrived.
Poor Bill.
Indeed, poor Bill.
Was the execution part of your holiday itinerary?
A raffle! I won the ticket in a raffle!
Oh, I never win so much as a cuddly toy.
Yes, the Mother Superior from the murdered nun's convent was going to attend the execution herself, but had to withdraw at the 11th hour due to the particularly heavy menstrual cycle.
One never imagines nuns, particularly Mother Superiors, as having menstrual cycles.
It's amazing how little we know about the brides of Christ. Anyway, rather than the ticket go to waste, she organised a raffle, and the proceeds went towards the restoration of the convent roof.
I always get a nice warm glow when I give to charity.
Yes, Bill got rather more than a warm glow in the trees.
I can imagine.
Can you? Can you? I don't think you can begin to imagine what it was like in that small room overlooking the chamber of death.
I saw this film on the TV the other night. Angels with Dead Faces. James Cagney, he was executed.
But movies cannot convey the stench of burning flesh, can they?
I imagine not, no.
Even after all these years, the smell still lingers.
Oh, well, clearly you were deeply affected.
Deeply affected. But even a good perfume can remove the stench of burning flesh from the nostrils. Oh, but let's not get maudlin at this stage. Why don't you lighten the mood with a joke?
I don't know any jokes.
Everybody knows at least one joke they tell at parties.
I'm not a party animal.
Oh, you accepted my invitation to come here.
It's not a party.
Isn't it?
Where are the other guests?
Well, somebody has to be the first to arrive. The first to arrive and the last to leave.
It was a party you'd have said.
Would I?
Well, don't be daft, of course you would.
Not necessarily.
I think you'll take
Another mineral water.
No!
I was ready to be so shirty.
not. I just don't like being messed about, that's all.
Well, to mess you about was not my intention, just as it was not the intention of Bill to murder the nun.
Back to that again, are we?
You can kiss a nun once, you can kiss a nun twice, but you should never get into the habit. Joke!
Yeah.
Your turn.
My turn?
To make me laugh.
Well, I don't know any jokes.
Oh, I just told you.
Well, any jokes of my own?
Well, you surely don't think I have the copyright on the joke about the nun.
Look, I can't tell a joke to save my life.
Joke to save your life. Now there's a thought.
What's that?
A gun.
What game are you playing?
Game. What is it? Hunt the thimble. Musical chairs, a blind man's blind.
You know what I mean.
I'm simply trying to instill in you the confidence to make me laugh.
By telling you a joke.
A joke a day keeps the bogeyman at bay.
But I don't know any jokes. My wife will confirm that.
Well, your wife is not here, is she?
Well, you can
If she's
call.
not here, how can she confirm what it is you wish her to confirm?
You can call her. The phone's in there, and the number's keyed in. You can
A
call
phone
her.
call from out of the blue from a complete stranger, asking her to verify her husband's ability to tell a joke. Don't you think that a trifle odd?
She's very open-minded.
Look,
Look, are you going to call her or not?
perhaps I could invite her to join us.
Well, that would be a waste of time.
I can be very persuasive.
It would be a waste of time because she's agoraphobic and she never goes out.
She's been to Scunthorpe.
Well, that was years ago. All the condition took hold, and that's why we never made it to the States.
Has she had counsel?
Yes!
Any good?
None whatsoever!
Oh, how terribly distressing for you both.
Well, one,
So do you learn to adjust?
yes, one learns to adjust.
Just as you're learning to adjust to having a gun held to your head.
Well, you get to be mad to pull that trigger.
Perhaps I'm mad. A man on the loose from the asylum.
They don't have asylums anymore. They have care in the community.
You mean to tell me the community actually cares? Why, only the other day, I heard of a woman who had been eaten by her pet poodle. She'd lain dead in her flat for a week or more, and the starving canine had already devoured an arm and a leg. An arm and a leg, I ask you. Now, does that suggest that the community cares one iota? Fuck no. Oh, civilization may have been around since the beginning of civilization, but I do not find the world a civilized place to be.
How long can you keep this up for?
Said the talk to the vicar.
This is not a joking matter.
Oh, said the man who'd rather crack an egg than crack a gag. I was hoping we would become firm friends.
Bosom buddies.
Kindred spirits.
You think we have something in common, do you?
A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Well, I've got all the friends I want, thank you very much.
One more and it would be considered greedy.
Something like that, yes.
We always want you to think the best of us, don't we?
Difficult for me to think the best of you just now, though.